Spot on.
Denny Hamlin should have stayed in his lane about Kyle Busch, who responded to Denny Hamlin's comment to quote-unquote carry it better by saying, I will switch cars with him any day of the week. Spot on, spot off. Tommy, what you think?
What was wrong with Denny saying what he said?
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
kind of what Denny tweeted yesterday and said, I have a podcast where I have to talk about,
forget about the podcast.
Trending issues in the...
He's asked a question. I mean, he knows exactly. Like, look, Denny's been lucky enough in his career not to have to struggle much, right? I mean, he's been in a good position his whole racing career. He started right into running his ass off right in the beginning, right? The first race. I remember him showing up with the 20 car, I think it was the Rockwell car at Darlington, and right in the Gibbs car and was fast. I mean, so he's been in a good position, but that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to put yourself in a good position, right? And look, Kyle has taken himself out of those positions and put him in his position. I'm sorry, man. I've watched it, right? I mean, he's had the Hendrick rides. He's had the Gibbs ride. He's in the RCR ride that's in a building process of trying to accomplish something, and it's just not there yet. But again, he can't get on Denny because he's saying he can't get on anybody. He's the one that needs to do the work, right, with his team. And I said it last week. I'm going to say it this week. He has to be the leader. He has to be.
Yeah. And, you're correct in saying, I went back and listened to it last night when I got home. I didn't hear, I went to the whole thing because I watched obviously the clips that we posted last week, but I went and watched the whole segment. And anything that Denny said wasn't wrong. You know what I mean? He talked about the last couple of years he didn't run as well at Gibbs. And obviously the first year he ran really well in RCR, but that was also the first year of the next gen when people were kind of just starting to figure this shit out. Now we see the kind of the cream rise to the top. And I get where Kyle, Kyle's Kyle. He's fiery, and, it could come off as kind of kicking a guy while he's down right now, which, Kyle's going to lash out at that. But, you got to be, we talked about this with Dean last week, and it applies to every driver across the board. You got to be open to criticism, no? I mean, the only way I ever learn to get better is somebody telling me I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, and again, I haven't seen all of this, but it is, you got to embrace your situation at some point. And like you said, they're in a building phase, and you just kind of got to understand that and be the solution, and be the person that, while understanding, gets them to where they want to be. And believe me, I live that as much as anyone. There's things I feel like I could do at a very high level if I had a resource set or things were a little bit differently, but that's not my reality. So, I work as hard as I can with the cards I've got. And, man, I don't really listen to a lot of noise around me. And, I've got, no room to speak on Denny or Kyle. They've both accomplished more than I probably ever will. But, I just know, I live that in my spot, and, you got to be a part of the solution.
I don't know if you caught it yesterday. He said he was going to make Denny's life a little bit of hell.
He did a little bit.
And he did.
Yeah, he cost him. I watched. He probably cost him about almost 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I paid attention.
When Reddick was running him down.
Yep.
Yeah.
He cost him about 2 seconds.
He was on fresher tires. He put.
He was on fresh tires, but he still.
Yeah, what I'm saying. He was just he knows how to make your life just difficult enough where it doesn't even probably come across to some people.
No.
But he literally cost a Lambert. So I was watching the lap time, and it was just
2
half
seconds.
a second. Here comes the damn 45, and it's like, oh man, and that who knows when that's going to stop? Because